Hope you're having a great Monday. It's June 20th. It's the day after Father's Day. For all you dads who celebrated yesterday and continue to celebrate, I don't think celebrating dads or moms one day a year, I think it's enough. We should be honoring our parents and honoring that responsibility each and every day. So happy Father's Day for all you dads. Many of you know that I've been on this journey of Mr. New Dad and working with several dads and companies and exploring what does it look like to be a better dad and what are the impacts of investing in yourself, not only to be a better dad, but to be a better husband, a better parent, a better employee, a better self, and what happens to us when we can do that. One of the things here recently that I did was a survey where I went out to my entire network and I asked them, what are your biggest challenges as a dad? And two things kind of stood out to me with the results. Those were finding that workplace balance between work and home, and knowing when to shut down, when to leave work at work, and when to when to be home and being fully present. And a few weeks ago, I interviewed Dennis LaRue, and we talked about this topic of learning how to leave work at work, using some of these tools that we talked about so you can be fully present and be that dad that you want to be. So when you do get home, you're there, you're fully present, you're not distracted, and that workplace balance is knowing your distractions and knowing the differences and having those boundaries in place. Again, we talked about that with this interview with Dennis LaRue, and we were talking about boundaries and learning how to honor those and put those things in place. So when you do have those conversations, either whether it's with customers, it's with peers, it's with your boss, it's with your staff, those boundaries are in place, and those really at the end of the day are helping you to live out and be that dad and fulfill that role that you want to be. So workplace balance is a huge challenge that a lot of dads face. And so if you are that dad, or if you have learned, if you would share a tip on what has helped you as a dad to manage those boundary lines between work and life, I'd love to hear from you. The second thing that stood out in this survey was spending quality time with their son or daughter, with their family, with their spouse, and finding that time. Because again, they didn't have those boundaries in place and they were looking for it. The day got away from them and they didn't spend quality time with their family because they were distracted. They were trying to get chores done. They had school, they had business, they had work, they had community. They said yes to a lot of different things. And so, what I have come up with, and I'm going to be doing it starting tomorrow for 7 days. And if you're interested in this, I'm just going to put the link in the message so you can get it. Um, is for the next 7 days, I have this challenge for you. If you're a dad, whether you're a brand new dad, you've been a dad for 20 years, um, let's talk about these two specific things of work life balance and finding quality time with your family. There are ways, but my challenge to you is to accept this challenge and do it. Find one thing that you are trying to overcome or that is a challenge, and do either and do this for the next 7 days is to try and fix it, to try and correct it, or if you need to let it go or overcome it or get it off your list, whatever that may be. Do this 7 day challenge for the next 7 days to either uh, manage this work life balance, find it, manage those boundaries, plant some boundaries, or spend quality time with your family. And one of the things that is my challenge to you, I'm going to be talking about something different each night of the week inside my Telegram channel. It's private, so if you do want to join, just click on the link and you'll be able to get that link. Is putting your phone down. Oftentimes, and I've heard that this is a big And it's a big addiction. It's a big challenge. It's a boundary. About a couple months ago, this was me. I didn't realize just how addicted to my phone that I was, for fear of missing something I don't know. It was a habit. It's a bad habit. And so it was one night when I realized that if I wanted to spend more time with my family, I had to learn how to overcome this bad habit, which was my phone. And so what I did was I started putting it on airplane mode, scheduled it at 7 o'clock every night. No one can bother me, not a single person. And that's worked for me. I know some other dads who they'll put it in a drawer and they'll leave it alone. Here on the Dad Edge podcast with Larry Hagner, he said he puts his phone in the car, plugged in, charged at overnight, so he's not even tempted to look at it. And I thought that was I really like that. But the whole point of it is once you find these things that are preventing you from being that dad and that are preventing you from having that quality time with with your son or daughter, with your wife and family, is correct it. I mean, if you're aware of something and it's getting in the way of the type of dad, husband, father you want to be, then what are you waiting for? Just correct it. And so this challenge is really designed to help you to do that. So again, we're talking about two different things: finding that quality time with your son or daughter, and having a balance between work and life, work life balance. Because I believe that if let's talk about the work life balance thing. I think when you commit to your job, commit to your work, commit to your team every day, and you always say yes to them, who are you saying no to? And sometimes you have to learn how to say no to the right people, or you have to say no to the right things, wrong things. You have to learn how to say no so you can say yes to the right people that really do matter. And what I'm learning just in this first year of dadhood is that it goes fast, and that if you are constantly saying yes to everyone but your family, you're going to miss out on those times. You're going to miss out on that season, those important things that you want to be there for. So if it means you have to be more intentional with your calendar to schedule things in, or share it with your spouse, or share it with your office, share it with your team, put it on there. I like this comment that Jake Endling just shared, which, by the way, congratulations, Jake. He just released his book, launched today. So check it out. Put family time on the calendar each night, or let coworkers know you aren't around your phone from 5 to 8 each night, or whatever works for your specific situation. This is a great tip, and I like this. And Jake has this experience being the father of seven kids, so he knows the thing about um, being intentional with your time. Is I work off my calendar, and if I don't have it on my calendar, I don't get it done. I have a calendar on my phone. My wife has access to it. I have a calendar here. I have a Scrum board. It certainly helps me to get things done. And if it doesn't get on there, again, it doesn't get done. But that is a great challenge. Is for the next 7 days, put family time on your calendar. Kids are out of school now. If you want to spend that quality time with your son or daughter, do it this week. Be intentional this week and comment or message me and say, "Hey, John, I want to take your challenge, and I'm going to take my son or daughter to do this. Go to the library, go fishing, or I'm going to schedule date night, or I'm going to schedule family night with my family, and no phones. We're going to have fun, and just realize what you're missing out on, and just be intentional about doing it. Because if you're not intentional about doing it, you're you're saying that it's not a priority to you, and you're saying that you may have the best of intentions, but best good intentions don't get things done. So if you want to be intentional instead of accidental or waiting for those opportunities, my challenge for you for the next 7 days is to be intentional about being that dad that you want to be. And if you're challenged with work life balance, or you're challenged with Finding that quality time, do something intentional this week. So my challenge for you is put it on the calendar and put your phone off or put your phone on airplane mode. Try it and let me know what you learn about yourself. I guarantee you, you're going to learn something through this challenge, and you may realize you may have that aha moment or that blind spot that you didn't realize you had because you were too busy looking at your phone. So try it. I look forward to sharing with you what I'm learning and what you're learning as well. And so, again, if you're interested, I am doing this on a private Telegram channel just so we can keep things private and we can have some community around this. But at the same time, we can help each other, learn from each other, talk about different things on this dedicated Telegram channel. So the link is in there in the chat, or if you want to join, just feel free to message me, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Be intentional, everybody. Take care.